ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः.
Everyone, we welcome you all to another vibrant session of Diksha e-learning, an effective clinical management of Mootrashmari, Urolithiasis by Dr. Prabhudeva YB.
Before starting the session, I'd like to go through a few of the basic instructions to be followed throughout the session. Any questions can be raised in the chat box. Questions raised in the link will be cleared at the end of the session. For the best stability, use a laptop and a high-speed internet connection. If your video is on, please make sure you are in front of professional background. In case of any disruption, kindly check your internet connection and wait patiently for the class to resume. Please make sure your microphone is on mute to have a disturbance-free session. Make sure you have your full name displayed so that it is professional. Next, I'd like to welcome Dr. Srividya, Professor, Department of Samhita and Siddhanta, Ayurveda College, Coimbatore, to deliver the welcome address. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Sandhya. A very good evening to one and all. I'm very happy to welcome Dr. Prabhudeva YB, MS Ayurveda, Professor and PG Guide, SVM Ayurveda Medical College, Ilkal, Karnataka, for this session on effective clinical management of Mootrashmari. This is a very practical difficulty and situation that practitioners have to handle in their day-to-day practice. So I think it will be very helpful. I also extend hearty welcome to Dr. Sudhiraj sir, our principal, and also to all the registered delegates, academicians, students, practitioners who are with us for this webinar. Thank you one and all. I hope we will all have a very great session ahead. Thank you to one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Before moving on to the session, I would like to give a brief introduction about our speaker, Dr. Prabhudeva sir. Dr. Prabhudeva has completed his graduation from Kuvempu University and his postgraduation from Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science, Karnataka. He is a successful Shalyatandra practitioner and is well known for his effective management of anorectal diseases, CAD, osteoarthritis, cancer treatment, ozone therapy, and Shala therapy. He is famous for his effective management in CAD without stent placement or coronary artery bypass grafting. He is presently working as a professor and PG guide in Department of Shalyatandra, SVM Ayurveda Medical College, Ilikal, Karnataka. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Okay. And I thank you, the organizers, the principal and staff of Ayurveda Medical College, Coimbatore. And I thank you for your patient listening, all the participants. Now we can start with the prayer. Okay. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Dhanvantare Namaha. Now we can start. The Mootrashmari or urolithiasis is one among the many diseases which are mostly affecting the nowadays. Nowadays the incidence is increasing day by day. It is one of the common diseases of urinary system. The word itself says Mutra Ashmari, means Ashma means stone, Ari means enemy, Mutra means pertaining to the Mutra or Mutrava Samsthana or Mutrava Srotas, means the disease which is agonizing, which is causing severe pain like an enemy, in the urinary system in the Mutravas Samsthana is called as Mutrashmari. So it can be considered correlated with urolithiasis in modern science. The urolithiasis is consists of three words: uro, lith, iasis. Uro means related to urinary system. Lith means stone. Iasis means condition. Means urolithiasis is a condition in which a stone-like structure is formed anywhere in the urinary system. So usually we are all come across by urolithiasis. Without our knowledge, the stones, smaller size stones, are passing through the urine. So when there is obstructed, the urinary stones are obstructed, then it is developing its size, means gradually it is growing its size because of deposition of urinary constituents. Okay. And approximately 2% of the world population experiencing the urolithiasis are Mutrashmari. And male is to female ratio 2:1. Means the males are most prone to affected, females are less prone. And in the productive age group, the urolithiasis is affects, means at about the 40 age. So the disease Mutrashmari not only affect the person, it also affects the national economy, because the working hours of the person is decreasing due to agonizing pain. So the national economy also affects due to urolithiasis. So we can come to the brief recall about the anatomy of the urinary system, very brief. So Mutrava Srotas is consists of Uruka, Gavini or Mutravaha Nadi, Basti, and Medra or Shefa or urethra. And in related to the urinary system is consist of right and left kidneys, ureter, urinary bladder, and urethra. Come to the kidneys. Kidneys are pair of excretory organs on other side of the vertebral column. It removes the waste products of the metabolism and excess of water and salts from the blood and maintain the pH value. And each kidney is covered by 3 coverings from internal to the external: the fibrous capsule, perinephric fat, and renal fascia. And macroscopic gross anatomy, the cross section of the kidney shows the outer reddish brown cortex, the inner pale medulla, and space that is called as renal sinus. Renal cortex is light and is having lobules, cortical lobules. The light lines are medullary rays. Renal medulla is made up of 10 triangular areas called as renal pyramids. Each pyramid is directed towards the cortex, and apex, which is directed to the renal pelvis. The cortex is divided into 2 parts: major calyx and minor calyx. Concavity of the medial side of the kidney is called as hilum. This renal sinus is a space that extends into the kidney from the hilus. And urinary bladder. Before that urinary bladder, we can go to the urethra. Ureter. Ureters are 25 centimeter long, means 10 inches, approximate 10 inches long. It conveys, it is a muscular tube-like structure, conveys urine from the kidney to the urinary bladder. There are 5 sides, anatomical constrictions of the ureters, means narrowing of the ureter at 5 sides, means one at the pelvic-ureteric junction, means while joining of the pelvis and ureter. Next, where the ureter crosses the iliac artery. Next, at the juxtaposition of vas deferens or broad ligament, where the ureter is entering into the urinary bladder, and urethral orifice, ureteric orifice. Ureteric orifice, means inside of the urinary bladder. Usually, the stones are stuck in the anatomical narrowings of the ureter. Even smaller size stones, less than 3 mm of stones is usually passing, and more than 3 mm stones are usually stuck in the anatomical narrowings of the ureter. And urinary bladder, it is a muscular reservoir of urine which lies in the anterior part of the pelvic cavity. The size and shape and position varies according to the amount of urine contents. Means how much urine is reservoir depend upon the size and shape, and position is also varies. When the empty entirely within the pelvis, it lies entirely within the pelvis. When it is fills up and it expands and extends upward into the abdominal cavity and reaching up to the umbilicus or even higher. The full bladder is ovoid in shape, and capacity of the urinary bladder in average adult 220 ml of urine, and it is varying 120 ml to 320 ml, means filling beyond the 220 ml of urine, having the desire of maturation. Means when the bladder is full, means sensory nerves having sense of maturation. So the person is maturating, and if the person is without the urge of urine, then it causes painful, and referred pain is felt in the lower part of the abdomen and perineum until to the penis or labia majora. Urethra, male urethra is about 18 to 20 centimeter long, and urethra extends from the internal urethral orifice, inside the neck of the urinary bladder, to the external urethral orifice at the tip of the penis, or in the urethral orifice in the females. Female urethra is only 4 centimeter, in 6 mm in diameter. So the urinary stones are usually passing out in the females because of straight and broader urethra. So physiology of urine, physiology of kidney, not only excreting urine, it also maintains the electrolyte balance and maintains the acid-base balance and excretion of waste products like urea, uric acid, and creatinine, waste product of the muscle. And it also helps in detoxification and degradation of drugs, hormones, and also preservatives, and also it preserves the nutrients. And its secretions of the erythropoietin and metabolical functions like glucogenesis is, these are all the functions of the kidney. So it is one of the vital organ. It not only is a formation of urine, it also helps in the hemostasis. The structural and functional unit of the kidney are nephrons. Usually 1 to 3 million nephrons are usually present. Then coming to the Mutrashmari, previously told, Mutra means pertaining to the Mutra or Mutravasamsthana. Ashma means stone or stone-like structure. Ari means which is causing agonizing pain. So the stone-like structure which is causing agonizing pain, like an enemy, it is formed in the urinary system, is called as Mutrashmari. And types of Ashmari, there are 4 types of Ashmari: Vataja, Pittaja, Kaphaja, and Shukraja Ashmari. Purvarupas are the Bastipida, Arochaka, Mutrapruchra, and pain in the Bastishira, Mushka and Shefa is pain in the Mushka, Shefa, Pruchravasada due to pain, and becomes Bastagandhi, means the difficulty in urination, dysuria, pain in the lower abdomen, and Bastagandhi, urine becomes turbid, and also the smell of goat. Means the Samanya Lakshana of Mutrashmari, Vedana in the Nabi Basti, Sivani, Mehana, Mutradhara Sangha, Saridura Mutrata. Mutradhara Sangha means obstruction in the flow of urine, the pain in the lower abdomen, or pain in the raphe or in the mushka. Sarudhira Mutrata means the hematuria. Mutra Vikirana means the urine flow is not in a single stream, it is like spreading. Mutra is shining like a Gomedaka mani, means because of hematuria, the urine looks like Gomedaka Varnavat, means reddish in color. Sasikatam means the gravels also passing in the urine. The pain aggravates while Dhavana, Langhana, Plavana, Prushtayana, means in all jolting, jumping, and swimming, running, and moving with the carts or ustra, or in horse riding, the pain is aggravating. These are the Samanya Lakshanas of the Ashmari. Sharkara, Mutrakrusha, Mutragata are the Pravachedaka Nidhanas. Means Chikitsa is of 2 types, Aushadha Chikitsa and Shastra Chikitsa. Means in early stages, the Aushadha Chikitsa can be performed in clinical management. In later stage, the surgery is required. So many formulations are explained, so many yogas are explained. Ashana Beda Siddha Gruta, Varnadigana Siddha Gruta, Trikantaka Bija Churna or Gokshukra Chuna. You are already come across so many yogas. Means the disease is well known since the ancient period. Shobhanjana Moola Siddha Jala means the Shigru Moola Siddha Jala, Gokshura, Pashana Beda, Punarnava, Varna, Gokshura the Yoga, Kutaja, even Kutaja is also useful, Pashana Beda, Trivikrama, in so many repetitions. And treatment is explained in Sushruta Samhita, Charaka Samhita, Chakradatta, and Ashtanga Sangraha, Yoga Ratnakara, Vaishajya Ratnavali. In all major texts, the treatment is well explained in separate chapters. Chikitsasthana, Vidanasthana, and Patya means the Kshira Yavagu or Kshara Yusha is used, and Kusha Kasha, Vidari Kanda, Okshura, Punarnava, Shirisha. These are all useful for the making of Kashaya. And Apatya, Ashmari patient should not be hold the urge of maturation, not only maturation, and also the defecation, and all natural urges should not be withheld. Coming to the urolithiasis, uro means pertaining to the urinary system, lith means stone, iasis means condition, a condition in which the formation of stone-like structure anywhere in the urinary system is called as urolithiasis. Urolithiasis is of three types. The stones in the kidney is renal calculus or renal stone, stone in the ureter, ureteric calculus or ureteric stones, stone in the bladder, vesical calculus. So etiology means nidana. The definite cause of formation of stone is not yet fully understood. Means the important factors which influence the formation of stones can be followed, is observed. Its definite cause cannot be detected till today. Common causes are hyperexcretion of relatively insoluble urinary constituents, means oxalate, uric acid, calcium, or cystine. Means hyperexcretion, excretion in the excessive quantity of these urinary constituents may cause the obstruction in the stones, and further development leads to the stones, formation of stones. Physical changes in the urine means urinary pH, means the alkaline urine tends to formation of the urolithiasis. Then vitamin A deficiency, this causes disformation of the epithelium of the urinary bladder. It causes, especially in the children, the formation of the, especially the vesical calculus, and decreased urinary output of citrate, prolonged immobilization, inadequate urinary drainage, means urinary stasis also leads to the formation of the stones. Urinary infection, either ascending infection, means due to urinary tract infection leads to the the infection is transmitted to the kidney, and hyperparathyroidism. These are all the major, we are assumed to cause of the urolithiasis. Types of renal stones is divided into two types: primary stones and secondary stones. Primary stones means apparently healthy urinary system, means stones are formed in the healthy urinary tract without the involvement of the urinary tract infection. Secondary stones usually formed as a result of inflammation and infection, and urine is usually alkaline, and urea splitting bacteria usually affected. The secondary stones, secondary to the urinary infection, usually triple phosphate stones are usually affected. Ammonium phosphate, magnesium phosphate, and calcium phosphate stones are usually affected. Oxalate stones or calcium oxalates are having very spiky surfaces, sharp projections. They are usually stuck in the urinary system, either in the kidney or ureter. So it causes hematuria because of the destruction of the inner surface of the urinary system. So after the causes bleeding, then it causes infection and further deposition of the stones. Uric acid stones or urate stones, usually radio opaque. Depending upon the radio opaque and radiolucent stones, the stones are also divided according to this. Radiolucent means they are not visible on X-rays. The X-rays are passing through the stones. Radio opaque means they are not passing by the X-rays, means the shadows can be visible on X-ray. In KUV X-ray, these are all visible. Means radio opaque stones are visible. So all the stones are not visible. Pure uric acid stones are not visible. So KUV X-ray, better to go for the USG of abdomen and pelvis or KUV ultrasound scanning for the suspected cases of urolithiasis. And secondary stones are phosphate stones and mixed stones. Majority of the stones are composed of calcium phosphate. Few are the ammonium phosphate and magnesium phosphates. These are all radio opaques. Stones are enlarged rapidly, means gradually fills up the pelvis and renal calyx, means to take up the shape of the Stargardt calculus. These stones are asymptomatic, quiescent stones. It is not producing any signs and symptoms. So the person is detected renal stones if they are subjected into the ultrasonography or X-ray or CT scan. The stones are usually detected Stargardt calculus, means it is looks like it completely fills up the renal pelvis and also sinus of the kidney. So it looks like the horn of the deer. That's why it is called as Stargardt calculus. And mixed stones means the phosphate stones occurs in the primary stones. Even such stones are known as mixed stones. When the primary stones is often mixed with the phosphate stones, then it considered as mixed stones. Means triple phosphates mixed with the oxalate stones, or oxalate stones mixed with the triple phosphate stones. It is considered as mixed stones. Means by the infection only it will mix up. The pure uric acid stones are those stones which arises in the sterile urine is called as primary stones. They are turning into the mixed stone when it is comes in contact with the urinary infection. The effects of stone is varying depend upon the site of location. Means where the kidney stone, means wherever the stone is located, depending upon the site of location. Means if the stone is located in the kidney, it causes dull flank pain. Then it is obstructed in the ureter. Then it causes severe agonizing pain. Then it is gets lodged in the urinary bladder, vesicle stones, producing increased frequency of micturition and pain in the pubic region. So effects means due to obstruction, infection, and also the painful. Usually obstruction, the stone is obstructed in the renal pyramids or renal helix, and it also gets lodged in the previously told 5 anatomical narrowings of the ureter. Then it causes infection. Then it causes, if it is obstructed, it causes hydronephrosis. Means it affects the kidney function, and it causes calculus anuria. And in the opposite kidney also it affects because of renal reflex. The opposite kidney is also having cessation of its function, and also workload of the opposite kidney is also more. And clinical features, the quiescent stones not producing any signs and symptoms, and pain is depending upon the composition of the stone and also the location of the stone. Fixed renal pain in the posterior, especially in the renal angle, that is due to renal stone, and very severe agonizing pain if the stone is stuck in the ureter, that is called as ureteric colic. The patient is tossing on the bed in severe pain. The temperature is also rises, and the person is having strongury, dysuria. The ureteric colic is an acute condition. The patient is intolerable the pain, so immediately he seeks medical help. Usually in casualty, the patient is coming from the renal colic, ureteric colic. Renal pain, we can say, and ureteric colic means colic pain usually originated in the tube-like structures. Hematuria And hydronephrosis is due to obstruction in the flow of urine that leads to the hydronephrosis. Is proximal to the obstruction, the hydronephrosis is usually seen. And hematuria means if the stone is having spiky surfaces, then it distracts the inner epithelial tissues, then it causes bleeding. So it leads to hematuria. Hematuria is of two types, gross hematuria and microscopic hematuria. Microscopic hematuria, the patient cannot be noticed. And gross hematuria only can be noticed by the patient. The urine become turbid. And physical signs, tenderness in the renal angle, especially in the renal stones, and the low into the groin pain, especially in the ureteric stones, and pain in the suprapubic region in the vesical stones can be noticed in the, especially in case of palpation. And special investigations, blood investigations, routine blood investigations, urine analysis means microscopic examination of urine, means any calcium crystals can be seen in the urine, any RBCs can be seen in the urine, and crystal sedimentation can give clue about the type of stones. And urinary pH higher than the 7.6 means it is turning into the alkaline. Usually ureasplitic bacteria can be observed. Means bacteriological examination, culture can be done.